How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is episode 7 of a Let's Play series for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Maypole Farm. In our last episode, we bought the biogas plant, which was a huge acquisition for us. We ended up keeping our debt around just so we could just take what money we did have and roll it into the potential of making more money all at once. And thankfully that gamble kind of paid off. We weren't 100% sure that it was going to pay off, but this ended up paying off immensely, and I'm going to elaborate in just 1 second. But what do we have going on today? Well, as you can see, I've got to finish taking my horse out for his morning jog. He's about 46% of the way there. We'll go ahead and kick it up a notch. But what else do we have going? Well, we've got a few contracts to go, but I think we might kind of put those off to the side, because at the biogas plant, the paying off continues. So we made a whole bunch of silage from all the grass that we had from our main fields. You can see we mowed this field, but because of the animal pens and pastures, it just regrows every time we save and come back in. But you can see the field across the street there, that one is our kind of flagship field. That one tells us where everything's at. So let me get on a straight up way and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. So looking at the map, you'll see this one was ready to harvest, and now it is all like regrowing. It's going back, and all these are back to, you know, they're ready to harvest state because I saved and came back in. So we went through, got all the grass up, and we made it all into silage, and we started moving all that silage to the biogas plant. So again, let's take a look, and you can see we have 100,000 liters of, almost 150,000 liters of methane that we can go ahead and get rid of and sell off, and that's going to be a tidy profit right there. We already have $158,000 right now in the bank, and we've got about, I think it's a $200,000 loan. Well, I think we're going to be able to pay that off today. So what we're going to do is, after the horse is done, which is now, we're going to go ahead and bring him back towards the pen. And now let's go ahead and hop off. And now we just need to give them a good wipe down. There we go. Ridden and clean. Perfect. Let's go ahead and head out of here. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and head up to the biogas plant, and we're going to sell off a bunch of that methane. Let's go ahead and turn off the help window. Sell a bunch of methane, and we're going to pay off our loan. I think we'll have enough money to be able to pay it off and then some. And from there, we've got contracts to do. So let's get to work. So I'm just going to pick up my trailer here, and then I will go ahead and meet you down at the biogas plant once I get there. So I'm arriving here at the biogas plant. I'm just going to go around the back side over here. Gonna open this up so we can load in. But before we get loading, what I want to do is I want to take a look at the production screen just real fast, because you can see we had over 400,000 liters of grass from the 4 fields. We have processed about half of it so far. We've been turning it all into silage and moving it over to the biogas plant. So you can see even here, which should have dawned on me, but for some reason didn't until I just pulled in, we have 64,000 liters of methane back at the farm. Plus the over, what was it, 147,000? So we've got almost 200,000 liters total of methane. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. This is going to be a massive payout, and we're still processing. So I'm going to go ahead and load up and get rid of all the methane and see where we're at the end of it all. So I'm going to go ahead and start working on this, and as soon as I'm done, I will bring us back in and show you where we stand. Alright, Alright, so we are filling up the last bit of methane. As you can see, we've made almost up to $400,000. This is incredible. There we go, 91% full for this trailer. Let's go ahead and head around and make the last bit of sail. So pull up right over here. There we go, perfect. And $408,000 is what we're up to now. Absolutely spectacular. And so good, in fact, I'm actually going to go back to the main farm and get all the methane from that location as well, because why not? Why not just make all the money I can right here and now, so that way we can really kind of dive into things. But actually, before I do that, let's pull in here. I'm going to go ahead and pay off my loan real quick. It's actually only $100,000 because we paid off a partial of it in the last episode. So I'm going to walk in here, make a payment, be completely debt-free, and be able to go from there. So I will be right back. And there we go, $100,000 later. We are now all paid off, everything's good, and now we have $300,000 just sitting waiting for us to do something with it. But first, we're going to head back to the farm like I was saying before, and we're going to get all the methane from the farm and sell that off. That way we can really kind of get everything that we possibly can and kind of work from there. So at this point, I'm going to cut us out. Cut us back in as soon as we get everything sold off. We'll see you in a while. Alright, I've made my way back to the farm here. Gonna go ahead and pull in. Got everything all sold off, ready to go. We're gonna go ahead and park the tractor, because what we're gonna do now is we're gonna blow through some of this money. Got $350,000, and we really need to start upping our game. We've got the one tractor, we've got some bits of farm grass equipment, some fertilizer spreader, a trailer, tanker here. I mean, we've got all the kind of basic necessities to do our grass care work, but I think I need something with a little bit more oomph than this little tractor here. This thing is going to be perfect for, the kind of little bits, kind of the gopher work around the farm, but it's really underpowered for everything that I'm trying to throw at it. And I think that I can do better. So I'm going to run up to the shop and make some purchases. We'll see you in a little while. So I made it up here to the shop. I'm going to go ahead and make my purchases. And once I get everything all figured out as to what exactly I want, I know I want at minimum a tractor, but I might get something else. We'll kind of see how it all goes. But we really desperately need a new tractor, something with a little bit more power to it, and kind of being able to go from there. So I will be right back. And here we go. We got our new tractor, a nice Valtra N series. Look at that. Oh, let's hear it. There it is. A little over 200 horses on this tractor, about 150 in the other one that we have. And yes, love it. Gonna get this back to the farm and gonna go from there. We'll see you over there. So I got part way to the farm and then realized I needed to grab something else while I was here. Completely forgot about it. So let's go ahead and get that as well, and then head back to the farm. And this is what I forgot. I meant to grab a seeder. As you can see here, got a really nice one, really good deal. Still have almost 100,000 left over. Great thing is this not only takes seed, but it also takes fertilizer. So I'm going to take a little bit off the pallet here. We've got a little seed bag right over there and should be good to go. So let's do this. And I'm going to fill this up and head over to the farm. I'll meet you over there. So I made it back here to the farm with the new seeder. And this is the reason why I wanted to buy it. There are these little patches throughout some of the fields here, specifically this one and over on the horse pasture. I wanted to get these filled in. One, it's just been bothering me. And two, it's missing product that I could be making some profit off of. So let's go ahead and there we go. So that should start growing, I think. I hope, at least. Let's go ahead and pull that up. The reason I say I hope is because this is a animal pasture, first and foremost. But this little chunk here was missing. Like, it doesn't recognize that that's part of the animal pasture here. And because there's the animal pasture, it basically overrides everything, any kind of activity that goes on in this area here, in this field. So if I look at the map here, you can see there is a field. There is a numbered field, numbered 24, underneath this. If I were to sell the cattle barn here, then this would just revert to a field. But I think what happened here is that either the nav mesh or the barn itself and where the cows roam doesn't recognize this little area. And I think the same thing over in the horse pasture is happening as well. So I think that if I, plant something here, I'm hoping that it will actually grow and work properly in that area. And then in the rest of this area, it'll just respawn like normal. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not 100% certain, but, we'll see. But this little, bigger Valtra, which isn't that big. I mean, this Valtra is not much bigger than the other one. It's about 50 extra horsepower. It's still considered a small tractor, but it's going to do the job. It's going to do exactly what I needed to do, and we're just slowly going to start progressing upwards and upwards with the bigger and bigger equipment. And you'll see back here in the back corner, this is where a big chunk is missing back here. There we go, right here. So my hope, just like the other one, if we fill all this in, it'll be good to go. So this will look ugly for a little bit until, one, we save and come back in, two, when it starts to grow. Once all that kind of happens, then it should hopefully fill in rather nicely. That's my hope, at least. No guarantees. But we'll see. We'll see how all that goes. But now, whoops, watch out, horsey. There we go. Open the gate. Now we need to find a place to park this. There we go. You know what? I think right back here will be perfect. Right here next to the fuel tank. This will work out fine. There we go. Alright, well at this point I need to go ahead and make a few phone calls and see if I can get some work, because right now everything's kind of golden here at the farm, but need to kind of work some stuff out because isn't that pretty? We're starting to grow our fleet, we're getting more and more equipment, and the great thing of too, um, this has a front loader attacher on it. This has another front loader attacher on it. Both of them use the same thing, so I can use it on this already established set of equipment here. I can hook up to whichever one. It's fantastic. I absolutely love the kind of cross functionality that the tractors give. Just one's a little bit tougher than the other. So anyways, I need to figure out what I'm going to do from here. So let's go ahead and cut out, and I will cut us back in once I make a few phone calls. See you in a while. Alright, so I called up to the shop. They said they had a grass mowing contract, actually a haymaking contract that they wanted me to work on. So I told them go ahead and get the equipment up there. They called me up, said it's up here already. Yeah, came up to do it. So let's get to work. It's actually, the field is just behind me here, but I'm actually going to do a little bit something different. So I told them that, well, they wanted hay produced and they want to be able to sell off the hay. That's fine. I'm going to kind of rob Peter to pay Paul. First thing I'm going to do is grab the mower and mow the grass. Get that done and out of the way. But I'm going to take the hay that I have over in the chemistry set over at the farm. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that hay for this contract to be able to just kind of get it done. And then I'm going to take all the grass from there and convert it into a combination of hay and silage. So I get kind of a twofold approach here. And I think it's going to work out rather nicely when everything's said and done. So let's go ahead and cut the grass. Now, if I remember correctly, it's just tucked away back here, just behind the shop. But you kind of have to go about it at a kind of a weird way. So you got to go down this lane, and it's just off of this farm that's behind the shop. So we'll come over here. And now here, we're going to want to make a left. But yeah, I think that'll actually work out rather nicely, because then by just making the grass and converting it into hay and silage through the chemistry set there at the farm, that's going to give me some extra methane that I wouldn't have gotten just by delivering the bales. So it works out rather nicely and allows me the opportunity to be able to kind of pad my stuff while still being able to, complete the contract. So I figured that would be, a really nice kind of way of doing things. So we're just going to cut through here. This is the farm that I'm working on the contract for. They are telling me that the field is just on the other side of the farm here, but to be able to get to it, it's kind of a odd way to get to it. Here we go. And I think it's this one here. Drop this down. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, I think this is going to work out really nicely. I'm hoping at least. Alright, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and cut us out, and I will cut us back in as soon as we are done mowing. Ooh. Let's not run into everything. Alright, we'll see you in a little while. So I am back here at my farm while I let the contract just kind of sit on hold for a second. I'm just going to let them kind of hold off on the mowing for a little bit, and I wanted to come here and just test my theory, because I think that if I take, let's see, if I take the hay from here, because I have to deliver it here to the production point, so if I can just cycle this through, then I should be kind of good to go. So we'll fill up this trailer load. Okay. Okay, so it is working towards the contract. That's excellent. Excellent, excellent. That's awesome. So this is going to work. I can deliver everything it needs. And let's see. I think I am going to lose out on the hay. It's not like I'm just refeeding myself the hay. Let's see, where is this at? Almost full. Perfect. So now if I dump this in here, I shouldn't see this go up. Okay, no, it's not going up like I'm dumping it from here into here. It's just going up because of the process. So one more trailer full should complete that contract. And then after this, I'm going to go back to mowing the grass. I'm going to likely bale everything into grass bales and then transport it that way to this location and just be good to go. And then after it's all transported, I should be able to collect on the contract and be excellent. I can then replace the grass or replace the hay that I've used, and at the same time be making methane in the process. There we go, contract complete. So that's working out perfect. Alright, so gonna head back to the field and get back to work. Meet you over there. Putting the finishing touches on the field here. And just like that. Let's raise this up. Out of the way. Perfect. You know what? Let's get those little bits that we missed over here. Every little bit helps. There and there. Perfect. Now, let's head back to the shop, and we're going to pick up the baler, make our grass bales, and then start to transport them. We'll see you over there. Alright, pulling up to the field here. Unloading or unfolding the baler, lowering it down, and now we're making the largest size bales that this will make. So this is going to work out really nicely, I think. When everything's said and done, we're just going to transport a load of bales over to the farm and be good to go. We can collect immediately after this if we want to, but actually no, we can't because we need the equipment. So yeah, we're going to have to wait until we get everything over there. Once we get everything over there, then we'll be able to kind of be good to go. And we're missing we're missing some chunks. There we go. Let's get everything we can. There we go. All right. Well, now that we're starting to make some bales, I'm going to go ahead and cut us out, and I'll cut us back in as soon as all the bales are done. See you in a while. So I'm all finished baling. I'm going to go ahead and load this back over here to the farm, just like I did with the mower. There we go. Oops, there we go. And now it is time to transport the bales over to my farm and go from there. See you in a little while. Alright, back here at the field. Let's go ahead and start loading up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Cut that just a little bit too sharp. There we go. That should do it. Now unload or unfold. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab all the bales that we can. 14 bales is what this trailer will hold. Once we get that, we'll then run over to the farm, load into the laboratory or the chemistry kit. And then we'll be able to kind of go from there. We'll also get a good gauge as to how much we picked up here. Because we loaded about 90... Well, we had 3 trailers load full of hay. But it was like 2 and a partial that loaded. That ended up completing the contract. So once we kind of figure out what we're going to get in the way of grass here, we'll then be able to figure out what kind of figures we're going to see on the back end. Alright, here's the last bale. We still got 2 left over here at the farm, or at the field I should say, and we've got to run over to the farm and drop these off. So this will kind of give us a good scale as to what we got off of this field. So let's go ahead and head over to our farm, and then we'll head on back. We'll see you in a little while. So we're coming down the driveway here at our farm. Whoa, 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 easy. Coming down the driveway, we're going to unload into our chemistry set right here. Let's see if I can kind of make a wide turn and get in there proper. Okay. Now we are at 151,000 liters of grass. Let's see where we're at after this. Almost 100,000 liters in that one trailer load. So not too shabby. I am going to have to be careful though, because we did catch those bars right there. That could have ended in disaster. But now let's go grab those 2 other bales, and then we'll be good to go from there. We'll be able to finish the contract. Actually, yeah, finish the contract after that, and then we can move on to other things. We'll see you back over there. So here we are approaching the farm again. We're going to drop off these last 2 bales. There we go. And this time we're just going to pull in this way. Something like this. I think we should be able to clear the bars from out here. Oh, maybe not. Alright. 252,000 liters of grass, so that put us well over 100,000 liters for that one contract. Let's go ahead and collect on it. Here. Perfect. Collect. And there we go. We got 100,000 liters of hay, or I'm sorry, of grass, and that means, as you can see, we're producing the hay, we're producing the silage. So this is going to work, not just in theory, but in practice. We're going to be able to get all the grass off of each one of the mowing contracts, and then just use the product that's in here that's being created. And you can see we're creating methane for every liter of silage that we create. We are creating a bunch of hay. We're creating, like, we just keep feeding this, and there's always an overage, and quite a decent amount of an overage on the back end of each of the grass mowing contracts. So we're always going to put in less from the products in here. We're going to take less and put in more from the contract itself. So at the end of the day, eventually we're going to start really kind of rip-roaring and getting up into the high volumes of hay and silage. Now if I take a look at this real quick, you can see this holds, my best guess is maybe 1 million liters of hay, and I'm guessing probably around the same with silage, is about 1 million liters. So we'll just be able to keep, kind of chugging along and getting everything, working out, to the best of our abilities. But at this point, I'm going to go back up to the shop and see if they have any more work for us. We'll see you over there. Alright, so I called over to the shop there, and they hooked me up with a couple more contracts. They're both hay contracts, and again, they want me to deliver it here, which works out perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and just load up from this point the hay, and I'm going to take from this location and load into this location with my hay. And then I'm going to head up to the shop with my equipment. I'm going to use my mower and my my various other bits of equipment to be able to complete this contract, because I'm going to, one, earn full potential on the money. That's perfect in my opinion. And then on the other hand, it's going to be just that much easier, rather than having the farm owners deliver all the equipment and do all that stuff. I can just use all of my equipment and just kind of go from there. But let's go ahead and start by loading in the hay. We're going to go 30,000 liters at a time and just kind of make our circles until both contracts are complete. And the contracts are on 70 and 108. So if we take a look at the map, 108's down in the about southeast of the shop, and the field 70 is north of the shop. So should be able to very easily get to both, get them both done very, very fast. So let's see what this gets us. 30,000 liters. All right, well, that got 50% of the first contract. So I should have more than enough to complete both the contracts here. So here's number 2. All right, first contract is complete. About halfway through this one. Now we'll see exactly how much more we're going to need with this, well, not last, but this trailer load. Okay. Let's see what this gets us with the second contract. Okay. So we're going to need at least 1 and a partial. So we got more than enough here on the farm. There we go. And now we'll need just a partial after this one. Oh yeah, look at that, 96%. Whoops. Getting a little too excited there. There we go. Only fill up to maybe like 10,000 liters. That should be more than enough. There we go. Oh yeah, perfect. So now we have 88,000 liters of hay, and that's just continuing to rocket up as it's producing from the grass. We're also getting the silage and methane, so we are producing quite a bit of product. Let's go ahead and park the trailer. We don't need this right now. But then we're going to grab our mower. There we go. Perfect. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get to work. I will bring us back in shortly. All right. I am getting ready to come up on the first field. This is the one that's to the southeast of the shop. Unfold this. Lower that. Okay, so this is going to work out rather nicely. But there was one thing that kind of crossed my mind. I have no way of transporting this without the forage wagon and the trailer. So I got to thinking, why don't I purchase a baler, like a square baler, and a bale trailer of some sort? And then it occurred to me, well, if I'm going to go that route, why don't I get a baler with a silage additive tank? That way we can get that kind of yield bonus on top of this. So not only are we going to be getting, you know, all this kind of back end extras from creating the hay and silage at the shop there at the chemistry set, but we can also get an extra, I think it's like a 5% bonus for the grass that we do pick up. So I thought, yeah, that sounds like a much better plan than just picking it up straight off the ground. And we can still utilize the forage pickup for, you know, various bits around the farm. I mean, who knows? We can still use it. I mean, it's not like it's not going to get used, kind of thing. But I think that this will be kind of a better outcome when we can get not only an additional yield increase from the silage additive, but then also at the same time be able to make the transporting just a little bit easier. Instead of 30,000 liters at a time, we can get hundreds of thousands of liters at a time, kind of thing. So who knows? We'll figure it all out. I'm kind of humming and hawing and thinking about things at the moment, but we'll see how things go. But I will go ahead and finish off this field, and as soon as I'm done, head over to the next one to mow it. We'll see you in a while. So I'm putting the finishing touches here on this field, and after this I'm going to go ahead and run up to the shop, and I'm going to make a couple of purchases. Unfortunately, it means I have to go back into debt in order to get everything that I need going forward, but I think it's going to be worth it because it's going to secure, again, just another line of income. So it's one of those that going into debt is something that's fine if you've got a means of being able to dig your way back out of it. And with me buying, you know, a baler and a bale trailer, I'll be able to use those bits of equipment on more than just, you know, the average everyday thing. I'll be able to actually use it on additional contracts going forward. I'll be able to utilize fully my own equipment, and I won't have to worry about ever leasing anything out, and I'll save money that way as well. So let's see, right over here is the shop. So we're gonna just park right out here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a bale trailer and baler. Be right back. And there we go. We have got us a new Massey Ferguson baler with the rakes right attached to it, which is awesome. It also has the silage additive that we can throw in there, and we got a bale trailer. All these things are going to add up to us being able to now officially take full control of contracts. We're not going to have to worry about things ever again, trying to borrow equipment or anything like that. So very, very happy. Now I'm going to go ahead and hook back up to my my mower and make my way out to the next one and finish mowing that. We'll see you there. All right, here we are approaching the field. Let's go ahead and unfold the mower. So I forgot to mention that I did put myself back into the negatives about $50,000. So we are in debt about 50 grand, which is a bummer. I mean, it's never fun to be in debt, but I'll be able to pay that off super fast. I mean, just the methane that we have up at the biogas plant produced at this point in time should be enough to pay that off. So that's partially why I'm not that terribly worried about it. But at the same time, we are going to save, hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for every single grass contract we do. Like I said, hundreds, even thousands of dollars per contract, just because we're going to be able to use our own equipment. So I think it's going to be worth it. I think it's going to be okay to go back into that little debt. And again, I mean, we essentially started, this whole episode, we started with 100 grand debt, and we paid that off, and now we're back into debt. So, and it's at half of what we had at the start. So, we can just say that we paid off 50 grand. Anyways, I'm going to continue to make my way around this field, get everything all mowed and nice and tidy. And then, after we get this mowed, we're going to go and pick up, or actually we're going to drop this off at the farm. And then once it's all dropped off there, we can then pick up the baler from the shop and start making our way, making some bales, and then drop that off, and then head over with the bale trailer, pick them up, take them to the farm. So, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a process, but at the end of the day, it's going to be much better. So, I will cut us out here and cut us back in as soon as we're done mowing. See you in a little while. Last little bit here. And done. Perfect. Now we need to take the mower back to the farm. After we take it back to the farm, we then need to pick up the baler and go from there. So I will bring you back in as soon as we grab the baler and get to work with it. We'll see you in a little while. Alright, so I am getting ready to head out to the first field to the southeast of the shop there with the brand new Massey Ferguson baler. It should be just here around this corner, I believe. Let's see. There it is. So we get to see this thing in action. Let's go ahead and pull over here. Now we drop this down. Make sure we don't hit that tree right there. There we go. And drop it down, unfold. And look at that. Perfect. And we're going to be getting that yield bonus with that silage additive, so it's going to work out just fine. Very happy about this. I think this is going to work out very nicely. We're going to be able to, zip around really fast with the same set of equipment. Let's see. Let's get that. Oops. Let's see if I can get that little chunk in the corner there. There we go. Perfect. Now we're talking. All right, so we are gonna continue to make our way around. Oops. Starting to get away from the edge there. trying to keep right up against that edge there. Perfect. Now we're good. So yeah, I will go ahead and cut us out from here, and I will bring us back in as soon as this field is done. We'll see you in a while. So we just finished with the field over there, and now we are going to head over to the other field so we can get it baled and hopefully be able to pick up all the bales, get them all back to the farm, and come out way further ahead than where we started. That's my hope. But right now, I mean, so far it seemed to work very, very well. We got quite a bit of bales off of that one field there. And as a matter of fact, if I take a look at the menu here, 17 total bales off of that one field. And it's not a massive field at all. I think a lot of that has to do, or at least in part, with the silage additive. Yeah, I think this is going to work out very nicely in the end. I know that we spent, quite a bit of money, but at the end of the day, we're going to spend money to make money. So I'm okay with it. I think it's going to work out just fine. So gonna head down to the backside of this farm. Backside of this farm, and hit up the next field. We'll see you over there. And we're approaching the next field right over here. Tucked away just behind the central farm here. Let's see. Nope, let's drop that back down. Let's unopen that, drop it down, and then drop down the rakes. Oof, oof, oof. Need to... Thought I had a bit more clearance than what I had. Now we can drop this down. Put it back in the starting position. We're not going to hit everything. There we go. And now we bale this field. Is it me, or does it really look like those numbers are just going flying by? I might be imagining things, but it feels like there's a lot more product on the ground. Yeah, it just looks like it's screaming up. Bale. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, well, hey, I'm certainly not gonna be mad about it, but I will cut us out here and cut us back in a minute. Finishing up this last little bit here. Perfect. Now let's turn that off. Eject. Lift this up. And there we go. Now we need to take this back to the farm. Then we can start picking up some bales. We'll see you back here with the bale trailer in just a little while. Alright, here we go. Let's go pick up the bales and start delivering to the farm. I'm actually rather curious in how much this trailer will hold, because it didn't actually say. So, let's see. So I just want to turn on the help menu real fast just to make sure. Okay, yep. So let's see what this trailer can do. There we go. So about 18 bales. Okay, well, at least I'll get this one field all taken care of. And there we go. Perfect. So that's one field down. Let's go ahead and deliver this. So you figure if I get full amount of trailer, full bale count, 18 bales at 6,500 liters per bale, what does that equate out to? That is, oops. 18 times 6,500, 117,000 liters of grass per trailer load when it's full. So we've got just over 110,000 liters of grass in this trailer load. So I'm going to be able to get quite a bit of product. I'm pretty happy with that. I think this is going to be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and cut us out here, and I'll cut us back in as soon as we get to the next field. Actually, you know what? No. I'll cut us back in once we get to the farm to drop this off, and then cut us back out to get to the next field. We'll see you there. Alright, we're pulling up to the farm, to the chemistry set. Let's go ahead and drop off these 17 bales. Right there. Let's see. So right now we're at 185,000. So this should put us almost to 300,000. Yeah. There we go. Perfect. All right. From here, we're going to jet over to the other field, pick up all the bales there, or as many as we can in one trip, and then bring them back here. And then we can call those contracts complete. We'll see you in a while. So we're cutting through the farm here, and the field is just behind the farm. Right back here. And here we are. Let's pick up these bales. All right, we have a full trailer with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 remaining. So again, it was 117-ish thousand liters of grass with one full trailer load. So we're gonna be all right. I think it's gonna work out really well. And the nice thing about doing it this way, where we're kind of robbing the chemistry set in order to put in the final product, it's, well, like I said before, it gives us the added benefits of methane for silage that we're creating. But what it also does is that it makes the contract work itself just that much easier. So all I have to do is mow, bale, take. That's it. But if we were doing a regular hay contract, well, you'd have to mow, then ted, then windrow, then bale, then transport. There's so many different things that you have to do, but this cuts out, at least 3 different steps, maybe more. So at the end of the day, this is a lot nicer of a way of going about things. So the farm is just up ahead. Let's see, I'm thinking not this hill, but the next hill. We actually should start seeing it come up in the background. Yeah, see right back there. And there it is. Now it's in plain view. And those little green spires, that's where we're taking this to. So this is going to put us over 500,000 liters of grass, I do think. So pull in here. Okay. And now there we go. 410,000 liters is just chugging along. And here before too much longer, we'll have as much hay as we did before, possibly even more. But now let's go ahead and cut out from here. I will cut us back in as soon as we get the remainder of the bales back here to the farm. See you in a while. So here we are with the last few bales, 5 to be precise. Went ahead and collected on the contracts already. We just need to drop this off. And just like this. Perfect. Look at that. Now, 437,000 liters of grass. It's going to produce hay and silage at the same time. I am thrilled with that. Absolutely thrilled. But now, need to go back and making some phone calls. We'll see you in a while. Well, I went ahead and called up to the shop there, and unfortunately, they don't have anything else left for me. They said that I came up there and cleared all their boards, so that's where we're gonna leave it at this point. We got a lot accomplished today, and we made a few discoveries along the way. I'm really happy with it. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.